Hello everyone and welcome. Today I'm going to be showing you a very quick video on Dark Souls 3 about a mod that's recently been making the rounds on Nexus. You may have seen it posted on websites like Polygon and that. But today we're going to be taking a look at guns in Dark Souls 3. They're not as OP as I thought they'd be, and they do require a few tweaks in Cheat Engine to make them usable, because otherwise they're pretty useless. They do replace all the crossbows in the game. I'm going to showcase a few of them today, but not all of them. I'll leave a few of them as a surprise. So we're going to just try and run through the High Wall of Lothric and see if we can fight Vort, but you'll probably fuck me up. I've tried to enable... Oh, what the fuck? Sorry. One of these isn't working properly. So ideally you want to have unlimited items through Cheat Engine. Otherwise they're pretty bloody useless. I have enabled it, but for some reason it keeps turning off. That should be fine. It's pretty weak. All the weapons are pretty weak. You probably have to level them up for them to become viable. There we go, that's better. I'm using heavy bolts and explosive ones as well. You've got a few. I'm going to really be showcasing this, which I don't really know what gun this is. Probably an M4. And of course we've got an MP5. And then we've got an AK, which is sweet. We'll probably stick with the AK. If you one-hand the weapon, you just fire single shots. If you two-hand, it goes fully automatic. And of course you can aim and fire like that as well. But anyway, this... Oh shit, of course. There's a few different camera modes we're going to show off today. How could I forget? So let's quickly window Dark Souls 3. I'll put all the mods that I've used in the description as well. If anyone does end up watching this, and you have no idea how to install this, comment and I'll try and help, but to be honest I'll probably fuck it up worse. Right, so this is Cheat Engine. This is what I'm using for like unlimited items, and this is what we're going to use as well to fuck around with the camera. So what we want to do then is open up the cheat table, which I've got here. Just merge that shit, that's fine. And at the bottom then we should see it. Yeah, enable challenge main. There's a few different camera perspectives we're going to look at. Well, there's two. There's first person and then there's third person, which third person is similar to stuff like Resident Evil 4 and all that. So over the shoulder. Right, so if we do first person first, so that's the one we're going to look at. We'll leave that up there. So you want to hide body. So it's just you're just floating arms. If we enable it then, that should be fine. I'll see how far we get with this. I've still got the tutorial boss waiting. It'll probably take a while to chip him down. And then we'll run around the High Wall of Lothric then with the third person perspective. Right, let me just make sure I haven't fucked this up. Yeah, that looks pretty good. The sword's there as well. I forgot about that. That's a bit annoying. But now we can play in first person. So I've already killed some of these enemies. Let me just make sure the bolts are working. Oh, what the fuck? It's disappeared. And it's not working again. That's fine. I'll just quickly spawn in some explosive bolts. I don't get why the unlimited ammo mod is being a pain in the arse. I've tried to set my health to unlimited as well, but it's not working. But normally it should just work, but sometimes it can be a right little bastard. So I've set my Estus to 15. What the fuck am I doing? And I've set my vitality to 99 as well. So if I die, that'd be pretty embarrassing. So I'm just gonna spawn in the exploding bolts. We'll just do 60, whatever. Spawn item. And then if we go back to unlimited items, we'll just unselect and select it again. That should solve the problem, but if it doesn't, we'll just see how far we get with... Something's fucking me up. What the fuck? Yeah, there we go. It's working fine now. Sweet. Right. Let's move on. But yeah, you can see I got a shit ton of health. If I die at any point, that would be embarrassing. Especially against this first boss. But let's see how these guns do. Just realised there's no sound. What the fuck? I don't know why that is. I can't be arsed solving that. shooting your weapon as well consumes stamina, so if you fire and waste all your stamina, you won't be able to roll, obviously. So that's why it's probably preferable to have unlimited health, because this isn't really viable. You'll just get fucked up by all the bosses. So let's do this guy first. So normally this boss is piss easy, it's just the tutorial boss. Let's see how we do against it. I mean, it's pretty good. It's taking fat chunks of health off him. Try the exploding rounds. Oh, wow. Holy fuck, that's pretty good. You can still roll in first person as well. It feels a bit weird because your camera and body are like separate. There we go, that was pretty easy. I mean, to be fair, I have set all my stats to 99, so I'm pretty beast either way. But we'll get to the high wall of Lothric and we'll change to a third person perspective then. We'll have a quick run around Firelink Shrine in first person. We'll see if we can fuck up the Swordmaster as well. It kind of feels like you're playing in VR with your floating arms as well. But this does require a few mods to get working properly. Well, mainly it requires quite a few tables for Cheat Engine, which I'll put in the description. Everything can be found on Nexus as well. Right, let's just get to the high wall of Lothric and then we'll change the camera's perspective. But these can be upgraded as well. I don't know if I'll be able to upgrade them right now, but we'll give it a go. I've got fuck all souls. Oh my god. Right. So yeah, normally you just reinforce them and you can make them a little bit less pathetic then. But to be fair, we rinsed through that boss pretty quickly. We'll swap as well to the M4. I think the M4 looks really good in game. Yeah, look at that, that looks pretty nice. Whoops. Okay, so sorry about this weird transition, but my PC decided to crash. What I'm going to show you now is an over-the-shoulder perspective, which again is similar to games like Resident Evil 4 and normal shooter games. For whatever reason, though, it defaults over to the left shoulder, which if you check on Cheat Engine, where is it? It says default right, but it doesn't default right. So what if I swap it to default left? I think that fixed it. Yeah, there we go. This is more what you're used to. Aiming, instead of zooming in, it just puts a reticle on screen and you can kind of freely shoot wherever you want then, which is cool. So we're just going to run through the high wall of Lothric and just see how far we get. Probably won't get to the boss, just to show you how this looks. Right, here we go. Yeah, it's a pretty straightforward mod to install as well. When I first looked at it, it looked a bit intimidating because you've got to install the mod directory into the game files, and then in that directory you've just got to type in what mod you want that to load. The easiest way I found to do it is just put it into the gun mod into a folder called gun or mod or whatever, and then just make sure that directory defaults to that when the game loads up. It's really simple. there's installation instructions on Nexus anyway, so it should be pretty straightforward. It doesn't take that much time at all. And of course, Cheat Engine as well for the cameras if you want it over the shoulder or as from a first-person perspective. Right, so we're going to just try and rinse through this level, see if we can get to the boss. You see explosive shots makes it a bit OP, which is great. Still takes a few shots to kill people though. Also, when you're firing fully automatic, it isn't super accurate. I mean, you'll kill people if they're right up in your face, but shooting at a distance, it just the bullets spread quite a bit, which is pretty cool. Right. There are other weapons you can get as well. All base game crossbows change into a different gun, which I think all the models are ripped from Call of Duty as well, which is cool. So they're high quality model swaps. The AK is probably the worst looking one, but you gotta use it because it's an AK. You see though, it's like the explosive shots are nice, but regular shots aren't too powerful. So I guess I mean, obviously they're not lore friendly, but they are still sort of balanced, especially if you don't use unlimited ammo, because you'll just rinse through ammo super quick. So we're just going to try and run to the boss now and see how we do. If we kill him, great. If he fucks me up, fair enough. We're just going to run through this area because these enemies are hench and they'll probably fuck me right up. Of course, in either perspective, first or third person, you can still roll as normal. All the buttons obviously work exactly the same. So there's no difference there. Wait, why have I got unlimited Estus? Sick. Alright, cool. Might be best to, in fact, let's toggle the UI off, because the one thing I don't like about the third person perspective is that the UI is so massive it kind of gets in the way of your character. So we'll disable that before the boss fight, and then I'll just attempt it then and see what happens. Where are we? Ah, that's much better. Oh, another thing I almost forgot, just before we start, you want to make sure, where is it, cinematic effects, oh it's off already, I think I turned it off, but you just want to make sure that's off before before you go to like any like cutscenes or anything. I don't think it would do anything, but it's just to be safe. So don't worry too much if you haven't turned it off. As soon as you enable the mod, it should still be fine. Right, let's see how we do. Oh, he's dead. Okay. That was pretty easy. Alright, well, that's it then for this showcase. So again, I'll leave all links in the description for the mods you need. I'll try and outline a brief description of how to install them. Of course, any questions about installation, pop in the comments, and thank you for watching.